In this video, I'm going to talk about how we multiply whole numbers with the standard algorithm. So first, we're going to do a 2-digit by a 1-digit number. So what I'm going to do first is I multiply the 6 times 3. When I multiply 6 times 3, I get 18. So I put the 8 there and I carry the 1. My next step is to then multiply 6 times 4. I get 24. Now I have to add the 1, so I get 25. Because I don't have to multiply anymore, I put 25 down there, and that is my answer. 258. Now we are going to try a 3-digit by a 1-digit number. 359 times 2. I do the same exact thing. I multiply my 9 times 2, and I get 18. Drop the 8, carry the 1. Then I multiply 5 times 2, and I get 10. And then I have to add the 1, and I get 11. So I drop the 1, carry the 1. Then I multiply 3 times 2 to get 6. Add 1 to get 7. 718 is my final answer. Now we are going to multiply a 2-digit number, 27, times a 2-digit number, 65. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look just at my 5. So I start multiplying like we have done before. We do 5 times 7 and we get 35. So I drop the 5 and I carry the 3. Then I multiply 5 times 2 and get 10. I add 3 to get 13. Now I am finished with my 5 and my 3. I don't need those anymore. Now I look at my next number, which is 6. Now because we are multiplying now by a 10 or a place that's the tens place, I have to add a 0 right under the 5. So whenever I'm multiplying by a double-digit number, I have to put a 0 right under the ones. Now I multiply 6 times 7. 6 times 7 is 42, so I drop the 2, I carry the 4. 6 times 2 is 12, I add 4, and I get 16. So I put 16 right there. Now I have to multiply. I have to add. So 5 plus 0 is 5. 3 plus 2 is 5. 1 plus 6 is 7. 0 plus 1 is 1. And my answer is 1,755. Now, let's do a 3-digit number. 621 times a 2-digit number. 38. I'm going to do the same exact thing. First, I multiply 8 times 1, and I get 8. Then I multiply 8 times 2, and I get 16. So I drop the 6, carry the 1. Then I multiply 8 times 6, which is 48, add 1 to get 49. Now I am finished with my 8 and my 1, and I can move on to the next place. It's a tens place, so I have to add a 0. I do 3 times 1, and I get 3. I do 3 times 2, I get 6. And I do 3 times 6, and I get 18. Now I add them up. 8 plus 0 is 8. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 plus 6 is 15. Carry the 1. 8 plus 4 is 12. Plus 1 is 13. Carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. My answer is 23,598. Now we are going to multiply a 3-digit number times a 3-digit number. 426 times 504. We're going to do the same thing as before. I'm going to start with my ones place here. 4 times 6 is 24. So I drop the 4, carry the 2. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 2 is 10. Drop the 0, carry the 1. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 1 is 17. Now I'm done with the 4, done with the 2, done with the 1. Now I'm focusing on my tens place, which is 0. I can't forget to put a 0 here. 6 times 0 is 0. 2 times 0 is 0. 4 times 0 is 0. Now I'm done with the 0. I'm done with my tens. Now I'm moving on to my 5, which is in the hundreds place. So because it's in the hundreds place, I have to add 2 zeros. And I multiply like we have been doing so far. I do 5 times 6 to get 30. Drop the 0, carry the 3. 5 times 2, which is 10, plus 3 is 13. Drop the 3, carry the 1. Multiply 5 times 4 to get 20, plus 1 is 21. Now I add them up. 4 plus 0 is 4. 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. 7 plus 0 plus 0 is 7. 1 plus 0 plus 3 is 4. 1 plus 0 is 1. 2 plus 0 is 2. My answer is 214,704. Now my last example I'm going to do is going to be a 4-digit number times a 3-digit number. 1,256 times 482. Now I do the same thing. 6 times 2 is 12. Drop the 2, carry the 1. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 1 times 2 is 2. I'm done with the 2 and the 1s. Now I'm focusing on my tens place. So I have to put a 0. 8 times 6 is 48. Carry the 4. 5 times 8 is 40, plus 4 is 44. Carry the 4. 2 times 8 is 16, plus 4 is 20. Drop the 0, carry the 2. 1 times 8 is 8, plus 2 is 10. Now I'm done with the 8. I now focused on the 4, which is in the hundreds place. So because of that, I have to add 2 zeros. And I'm done with these. 6 times 4 is 24. Drop the 4, carry the 2. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 2 is 22. Drop the 2, carry the 2. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 2 is 10. Drop the 0, carry the 1. 1 times 4 is 4, plus 1 is 5. Now I add them up. 2, 9, 13, 5, 0, 6. 605,392. So that's how you multiply. If you have any questions, please let me know and I can give you other examples if you need them.